So once you have downloaded Workbench, you should be able to create a connection, right? And in order to create a connection, there's a couple of things you need to make sure of. So your exam or your map needs to be started, and you need to have the correct credentials and the IP address and port. So on a Mac, we have the MySQL port is usually by default 8889, and because most of you are on a Windows machine, I'm going to change this to 803306. I'm going to start it. And now my Apache and my Workbench are running. I then create a connection, and I can call this whatever I want. I'm going to call it assignment. This can be localhost, but I'm going to leave it at 127.0.0.1, and the port we said we changed it to 3306. The username is root. But there's no need for a password, because when we click this, it'll ask for the password. On Windows, you just leave it blank, so you click on OK without typing this in. On a Mac, however, the password is usually set to root. Now over here, I already have an employees database set up, so I'm just going to drop this. And this here is connected to the same one that we have on phpMyAdmin. So what I mean by that is that if I go to phpMyAdmin, and I'm now on port 80. And we'll see here then we have the demo is demo. There's some information here that isn't here. It's just that these are system schemas. So if I right click and create a schema called employees, click on apply, click on apply again, click on close, and if I refresh this page, it should appear in here as well. So now I have employees. Now if I right click this, I set as default schema. I can then run a script on this, run SQL script, and I'm gonna this file here, this folder is essentially the human resources MySQL file that is on Moodle. So we want to click this employees.sql file. We click on open, and then over here we have to click on employees as a default schema. We have to do that again. Click on run, and this should execute the whole database. All the dump files that are included with it, it should do that as well. So it says here finishing executing script, or sorry, finished executing script. So I can close that. And here it doesn't show up that it's being populated, but if we refresh this over here and I go into employees, I can see here that I have a load of records in my database. See here we've 1 million something. And in fact, if I right click this here and I refresh everything, I can see that my tables are now available. Now this program we're not going to be using, but it is something it will be handy to use instead of trying to populate everything in phpMyAdmin, because it's a lot quicker, as you can see. Okay, so I'm going to close that.